Hello, hello, hello. And welcome. Yeah. Yesterday we did a little bit of, not refactoring, but like writing the shader in a way that should give us all the nodes we want to. Hey, Captain Giga. It should give us all the nodes we want for the split and collapse. What's your issue? And actually, I thought about it a little bit more. I think I will revert what I did with the breakpoint where we did like this debugger present thing. I think I'm fine with it crashing in hindsight. I think I'm not fine with the formatting in hindsight. Although I don't. I always ask myself what I prefer more. That or... Actually, I think what I would prefer... It's a bit questionable, right? Although, do I prefer that? I don't know. Whatever. So we have that and then here as well. So let's crash it again. If it happens. It's fine. I will never use that, and with the assert we use it, so it's fine if it crashes because it's an assert anyways. So Clang format does it like that or what? Yeah, I don't know. There is really not a right or wrong in that case, I guess. But hit me up with your problem. It does... Yeah, exactly, but why is it not here then? Why did you submit it like that? Just curious, not like a flame or anything, but how did it end up like that in the merge? Because I'm used to putting it at the start of the line as well. And I mean, I accepted the merge because I don't really care too much about that. Just curious where it came from. Oh, well. Oh, okay. While I'm at it, I'm removing a couple of empty lines. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's submit that. All good. Did my Discord notification work again? Yeah, it worked. Cool. Yeah, let's do our debugging thing here. Stage. How did I end up with that? Discard. Stage. I think that's it. Revert that breakpoint. It should be fine to crash if triggering. Or whatever. Maybe I go back again. I have no idea. That was set as the default on Visual Environment. I mean, why am I not surprised that Visual Studio wants to be weird? So let's see. I wanted to do a couple of things, but let's see. See, time to switch back to Vulkan. Time to switch again. Here, what? I need to read the question again. What? Where is my chat here? Do you know how many frames have drawn a rectangle on the screen? Main? Go away. Shouldn't it be every frame? Oh wait. No, shouldn't it be as long as this thing we draw? Shouldn't it be every frame? Although it's a bit weird that you set your camera aspect ratio after the rectangle. But whatever, I guess. Exactly one frame. Why? Wow, what? How? Why is that? That sounds like a bug, or I mean, in like it's something you're doing that might be wrong. Because otherwise, I wouldn't understand why. I can't imagine that this has some internal thing that only does it once. Did you try not setting the aspect ratio, because that's like in the next frame that is set, whereas in the first frame you don't have an aspect ratio. Is it the aspect ratio that fucks it maybe? In the next frames? I mean, that's a wild guess because I don't know exactly how you do the set and... Well, I guess, yeah. It might actually be, right? Because if that aspect ratio, then the projection and view matrix are different, and then suddenly you might look into somewhere different than what in the initial frame. VS output becomes... Yeah, but I mean that might be because one of those is none, like the projection or the view matrix, because maybe this is a division by 0 or something like that. And then it turns into nuns. Just random guesses, I don't know. Like, can you verify that those matrices are valid? So my current assumption is like something's fishy with this one. Because that's the only difference. I claim it's this, but I don't know. Window data. I mean, I assume it would be this, but... Let me investigate. Is it here? No. Is it here? I shall find it. Ah, it's a... Include... I would say, are you setting your frame buffer? Width and height? I don't see it. Ah, here. Frame buffer size core bag. I think it's the frame buffer stuff. Width and height. Yeah, exactly. I think it's not OpenGL. I think it's not. OpenGL. Max steps undeclared coordinate. Yeah, it's most of the time, right? I mean, with me as well, right? You always suspect some something is wrong, then most of the time it's the person between the chair and the monitor that's doing something wrong. Well, glad I could help a little bit, pushing you into the right direction to look at the right thing. Not sure if my suspicion was correct, but glad you found it. Where is my shader? Oh, we don't have it open yet. That's why. Sad now you don't switch to Vulkan. If it would have been an OpenGL issue. Opportunity missed. Find ray traced. Max depth. Oh. U constant, or U constants. That's actually, I mean, I guess because the first zero overrules it, I guess. I'm not sure. What does the calculator do if you do that? Is it like mathematically defined? I mean, I know that by zero division is normally not. Okay, no, that is undefined. That's fascinating. Probably the compiler just optimizes it and then it never does a actual... That's maybe it, or maybe it somehow found out that it's like zero and then it just optimized it away and it's not actually a division. That would be my only assumption right now. That like the compiler was smart enough to figure out that it doesn't need to do a division. Because he saw that the first thing is a zero, and then he just ignored the rest. That would be the only thing I could imagine. What makes sense. Well, I mean, is it? I'm not sure if it is, or isn't it still undefined? Because how can it be one? That doesn't make a lot of sense. I think it's still undefined. Yeah, I mean, I would still assume. I mean, I saw the picture. It kind of somewhat makes sense, but doesn't make sense as well. Anyways, coordinate undeclared identifier 126. Okay, that's music is making me mad. Let's skip. Coordinate. Oh. Be right back while that compiles, and we probably... Well, it doesn't compile, right? Okay, so we're back. Be right back. I need some... I forgot a coffee. Alright, got some coffee. Perfect. That's what I needed. Alright, so we have it running again. I'm not sure if we actually... should probably output if we put something in there or not. Debug printf, do we have it? Still, yeah. Do we have a debug print here somewhere? Of course not, right? I mean, somewhere we should have one. Oh, here. What's fuck? Captain Chica, what did you find? Or still your issue with the uninitialized thing that you fixed now and found out that it's frustrating that that was the issue? Because that's always the case with issues like that. Found node to collapse. Found node to split update. All right. Cool. Oh wait, no wait, no, that should have worked, right? Or should it not? Oh, maybe not, because yeah. We should probably... oh, that's something that we're doing 0.5 with the polish of the engine. It's a bit annoying that when we crash, we don't wipe our log, or like dump our log. So with the crash we actually don't get it into the log file, which is probably not what we want. But yeah, we need to generate those two things. Collapse node. Split update request, collapse update request. That should do it. With that we should, yeah, okay, we get 8 nodes that we want to split, which kind of makes sense because we are in theory adding to the terrain. Which is only half the truth, because we are actually not adding. Question is how Oh yeah, I think I remember how I wanted to do that, which is a bit painful. Actually, maybe not. This exception that proves my point that pre and post condition checks should be enabled in release. Nah, still not convinced. Still not convinced. Alright, let me think what's the best next step. Because there is a couple of avenues that we have to tackle for this all to come together and work. One thing would be that for now what we will do is in the where is it? Terrain? No. Volume? Terrain? System. We need more than that. The thing is, can I have multiple queries? I mean, probably. Let's try that. So let's go here. And then here. Well, it's up here. Volume component. I mean, kinda. We might be reusing that. Hold on. Let's not. Let's add a folder here. Or do we need a folder? Nah, not really. Sphere. Let's actually do a folder. Sphere. Cube. And plane. I think that's mostly it. I think the other... I mean, we can add other forms, but let's stick with those three for now. Volume, private, Onyx volume, components, CSG. God damn it, not what I wanted. Alright, and then we go here and here. That looks better. Yeah. It's always funny, like, because I guess you looked at that issue longer, but you're like so... Like, as you are on the project, you don't look at the like simplest things, and like fresh eyes like mine like spotted something that's like a little bit weird. But I mean, I've been there as well, so it's like you're that much into the code that you just don't look at that stuff, and then it's like the simplest thing in the end that actually caused it. It's always funny in my mind how that works. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, or whatever, right? It like, or you looked at like way more complicated things that could go wrong, and like, yeah. It's really fascinating what like your brain sometimes does. That's why I'm like a big fan of like, it like depends on the context, right? But I'm a big fan of like pair programming from time to time. 'Cause there's just a lot of things that other people like notice that you just don't. But it's, of course, it comes at a cost as well. Because you lose a little bit of productivity because one usually doesn't do like actual coding, right? All right. So we got that. Does that generate automatically? Oh, it does actually. That's interesting. Once that version is out, which will be in the year 2026, I don't know. That's when 0.4 is finished, it feels like. I want to as well give a Rider or Sea Lion a try as an IDE. I'm a little bit annoyed by Visual Studio. But I don't want to switch right now. Alright, let's see how far we get with that. What? No, I added just new components, right? So that doesn't do a whole lot yet. But what we will do is... What do we take actually? I mean, actually we need to take a couple of things here. Sphere component. And let's do one correct, and then let's fix the others afterwards. We don't need that, I think. I'm not sure actually if we need anything else. ECS builder. Why is that even a thing here? Let's not... Well... No, let's actually not do that. Sphere component. Oh, okay, that's why I did like that. Actually, let's do that. Let's get rid of that. And then let's move those. out here. I don't know. Yeah, I kinda don't like VS Code, but maybe. I mean, I say that and I use it currently for shaders, right? But somehow I get annoyed by VS Code. Sphere component. Do we want to... Nah. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Is it really that much less? I mean, because I noticed that VS Code already gets quite shitty lately as well. So I'm not sure. That is the thing I would want to try, like NeoVim, but on Windows NeoVim is a little bit shittier. At least I tried it a little bit and it's like, yeah, I'm not sure. Because I think I still have it, but what I'm not annoyed with is I would want it like a little bit like the cool kids with the transparent background, and that seems to be kinda impossible on Windows. Or I'm just stupid. That might be the other option. Oh, come on, close. So yeah, I want to try NeoVim, but yeah. One thing at a time. First I want to get 0.4 out of the way. And then we will look at some other stuff, basically. Alright, so not Pragma ones include Onyx volume components, CSG sphere. Don't launch GUI? You mean like in CMD or what? I don't have it probably in the path. You mean launch it from the command line or what? But I thought that does exactly that, but maybe not. Maybe that's not on the command line, maybe that's a UI around it. I don't know. Might be the case, right? I can try that. I can try that. Again, all in due time. Namespace. I wonder if I want to split those things or not. Into like the serialization and the component. Maybe I want to split that into two separate headers. But I don't know. I think that one is quite nice to have like that. And then we need private. I will still put the public here even though it's implicit. I just like to have it here. And we will do probably an F. Well, can have the CSG sphere here already. And include sphere. On Windows or what? Does that exist on Windows? Alacrity or however you pronounce it. I have it on my Linux server, Alacrity, but is there a Windows version for that or what? I mean, that would be kinda nice, gonna lie. So we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need any of that. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, in that case, maybe. Do I usually do that as friend class? Ah, because usually we have a public member, right? Okay, that's interesting. Do we want to do a using? Not a using. Friend struct serialization. Is that how it would work, or do I need to define the? Probably I need to do it like that, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that, but okay. Then the question is, what's the point of that, actually? Let's just do it like that, right? Let's remove those const thing, completely useless. Let's remove that default. Well, let's do it like that. Remove that. Awesome. So yeah, then we can do sphere radius. Serialize. Oh, we need to include it, right? Yeah, okay. What the hell did I do there? There was a smiley in my include. I don't even know how I did that. Alright, and then we do bool serialization, deserialize. Out sphere component. Isn't that how it? Oh, well, we need to include the deserializer here. And then, don't I have a default value as well? I mean, I guess the default value is just whatever we have in the sphere, right? That's fine. Maybe we actually... I think it makes the most sense to have this as 0, as 1 in radius. Actually, maybe not. Maybe 0.5, so that we have a unit-sized sphere, right? Like 1. Otherwise it would be diameter 2, which is maybe not ideal. Alright. So we have that. Then we don't need that, I think. And we just need to implement this one, which is... Where do we actually implement that? Because I don't think we implement it here, right? Or do we? No, exactly. Sphere component editor. And then CSG. Don't think we need ImGUI here. But we need to include it in our editor stuff. That reminds me as well on the to-do that the editor is a little bit bad right now in terms of how it's structured, which we want to address, or which I want to address as well. In the Polish one in the next version. Because the editor is the only thing that includes a little bit weird, because it's like a legacy issue when we did the editor as a standalone thing outside the engine. Because if we look at editor main, for example, or whatever, okay, that was it's always like this included instead of Onyx in front, which is not ideal, I would say, in terms of how the other modules work, because all other modules are within Onyx. So the editor should be as well in there. But that's because it was its own project at the start, and then it got moved into the engine. Because it makes more sense that we ship it with the engine instead of its own thing. But that will all come in due time. So I probably can delete that whole thing here with the volume component. I don't think we need that anymore. So I think we can delete this. And public. That goes away. And then the editor one, of course, goes as well away. I hate the new. Alright, so then let's build that again. We'll probably have a couple of include errors. Yeah, that makes sense. Our volume. Alright, sphere component, that's what I wanted to do. Center. Well, actually, and that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. We need to I need to rethink that, but that's fine for now. Because that's center. Doesn't make a whole lot sense in terms of how the engine is built anymore. I'd say. Sphere component, CSG. Wait, what was that registering? Was that registering the... Hold on. Was that registering the rendering? That would be a problem because then it's gone. Fuck. Oops. Was that part on the CPP here? So that's on volume load, we don't care. Can I do that? What happens if I... That's just a path, okay. Okay, let's discard that one. Let's open it again. Is that yeah, it is actually rendering. Okay. Volume source, we don't need that, right? No, because that's the generation, we don't need that. So we just need the volume rendering. Which I can move somewhere else. Volume systems, maybe? I'm not sure. Containing volume systems, okay. Volume render system CPP. Pragma 1 namespace Onyx volume. Let's not do that. Alright. Then we need to add that as well to our source. Beautiful. Not sure if that will stay that way though, but for now we will do it like that. We need that so that we see anything, like see something. It might not actually stay like that. Volume, terrain. Come on. Thank you. Start. And then here we have like that. And then we have include Onyx volume systems volume render system .h. Volume component. Did I not delete you? Alright, let's see. A whole lot of code moving here and there and whatnot. But we have to do that. Okay. What do you want to tell me? Custom build. Reload. Why do we not need that? Do we not need that or what? Can we please sort those? Let's move them here. Definitely need that. Is that something we do here? No. I mean, I guess it can be lowercase, right? The local function. Ah, let's not. Ah, that's where it comes from. Do we need a material? Don't think we do. Oh no, we do. And then we have volume module here. Sphere component. And then we have this, which hopefully... Okay, maybe not. Why is that the case? Shouldn't. Yeah, that doesn't work on. Cool. Sphere. Oh wait, okay. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Is my editor gone or what? What? No. What the hell is going on? Editor? Public? Well, actually private, sorry. Components. Is it that we have do we that is not part of the thing for some reason. Do we have a not npm? No, not gonna happen. Not gonna do an RM. I think probably I have an error somewhere in the project. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I forgot to remove that. Nice. It's interesting that Visual Studio, I mean, it had the weird error, so I guess it kind of worked out, right? Is that not? Okay, whatever. How do I keep doing that property grid? I'm not sure where those weird characters come from. Keep inserting weird random Unicode characters today. Very fascinating. Oh well. So is your quad now rendering all the time? All good now? With your beautiful quad? Do you, like, is your engine planned, like, I mean, or like your project, is it like 2D or 3D? It's like the current plan. Or like both, more or less. Crashes on it. But how can it be 0? You have a width and a height, it shouldn't crash. But okay. Okay, cool. What genre, if you want to, like, if you don't want to tell me, it's fine. But I'm curious, like, what type of genre the game would be that you have in mind. Alright, so we build again. Do we run as well? Do we render? Yes, we do. Alright, so that all worked out. So we have the sphere component, right? What is Mr. Prepper? Whatever. Ah, Mr. Prepper. Yeah, that was missing. I've never heard of that. Okay. So like a Doomsday Prepper game. Cool. I mean that game. Okay. Funny, I never... When was that released? Ah, 2020. Okay. I mean, that kind of matches with 2020, right? I don't know why I... Ah, okay. Okay. No, that sounds cool. Cool idea. Do we actually have... Okay, we do have the sphere component here. Perfect. So that would be the plan. We need a local ID, of course, for that. Question is, do I want to keep the center here? Don't think I do. Don't see why I would want that. But at that point, why do I even use a CSG sphere then? It's probably not even worth doing that. Let's just do that. Let's just do a float here. And that's it, right? Because why airs? Like, what airs would we need? Except for that. Because we have that plus a transform component, and that's it. We store a little bit more with that. I mean, maybe we don't. No, let's keep that for now. I will think about that when it's time to do so. Cube component. Why is that auto modded? What the hell? It marks. Wait, let me read the message and then I just show it, but I doubt it's like anything. That's weird. So it says it marks like thing and finger in for sex-based terms. It's like, what? Whatever. I mean, thing is definitely a sex-based word, right? Good job, Automod. Good job, AI. Yeah, when I read the whole message, there is like way more stuff that I would think Automod would trigger on than that, yeah. But no. I guess because finger space in is very close to a sexual word, but I mean, come on, context and stuff like that. I thought we are further with the AI and Automod stuff, but I guess not. Guess not. Oh wait, we don't need that in the sphere. Because it's public now anyways, and then let's get rid of that. Because if it's just public thing anyways, we don't need that. And then we have here extends. Do I want extends or half extends? What do you think makes more sense? I think probably, like, to understand it, extends makes more sense. Yeah. No, or fine. Nothing to see here in that comment, right? Automod is genius. I'm as amazed as you are probably. It's like insane. Cube component. I'm not sure why that's fine. What you just wrote. I mean, I won't delete it because it's not really that bad, but I would have as well hoped it would be triggering on that. But I guess not. Technology is not there yet for those kinds of things. Cube. I do like manual files for all of them, even though they are like just one function, but whatever. Plane. So we should have that here. That's cube. And then SP, right? Oh no, why my alphabetical sorting skills are non-existent. Well, that one is... Ah, okay, you censored it yourself. Never mind. Well, I will not read that out. But that's enough trying to trigger the AI. Don't get me banned, Captain Chica, please. Oh yeah, well, I wanted to generate. Did we generate? Looks like it. So that should be that. Then we have cube, component, CPU. Oh no, we have everything, right? Looks like it. Volume module. Cube, component. Again, no idea how and where that came from. That weird symbol. Plane. So that one has a little bit more. Or does it actually? See, that's a little bit problematic now. Do we actually need anything here? I don't think I need anything here, to be honest. Because everything is set up in the... I would say we can do everything with the... just with the transform. So I don't need a serialize. Or we... do I need a serialize? For an empty component? That's a good question. I would want to not do a serialize, but I don't know if we support that. Let's find out if we actually do. Why is it actually including assets in all of them? What an oversight. So I think we will get a compile error that we don't have a serialize. Okay. Maybe not quite yet, but... So we do here, we register. And we get the component meta. See, maybe I kick that out. Maybe we don't need that. I think that's the only thing that blocks me from having that, right? Okay, not quite. What? Hold on. Ah, well. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe I did some static asserts that are kinda useless. Okay, so there is a couple of things. So first of all, this one, probably in plane, we can get rid of that. Probably get rid of that altogether. This one is cube. But do I need that? Hold on. For the... For the cube, we don't need that as well. Just flags, basically. Plane component. Yeah, I think those are just flag components that are just there to flag the entity as is, but they are doing absolutely nothing except that. That would be the idea. And then for the sphere we need to do a little bit special. Like a little bit... Like something special, so that's what I wanted to say. Let's see. Does that compile? Not quite. Or... Might compile. So then this is a problem where we copy. Oh wait, if there is there a way to find out if it's an empty one? There might be, right? Is there a thing? It's like C++. I thought there is like a STD. Is there not a way to check that this is empty? I mean, that would work. Type is empty. No, that's not really it. Thought there is maybe in registry something. Maybe in type info or type trade. Or type list stuff, which I don't really care. That doesn't exist, though. What? That is never used? Is that somewhere used? I thought that this happened somewhere. The type info? No, that's just a type name, type hash. But not if it's empty or not. What's that? Okay. What is that? Error. Something with Pro. Are you using Proto? Like the Google one? Are you using the Proto buff? I mean, it looks like you are. How do you like it? What does this is empty do? Is that maybe the thing? So if... like that? Does that work? Please make it work. Yes, it's more compact than JSON for profiling. Okay. So do you use the code generation of protobufs to generate like CPPs and headers and stuff like that? That's what Proto can do as well, right? Or you just... I'm not too familiar with Proto. I only know that it can do that. I never used it for profiling, so... Yeah. I mean, it's a... Yeah, it's a binary... Like, it's a serialization thing, right? But it generates it for you. The serialization, deserialization. So I guess, yeah, okay. I mean, it makes sense that it's a little bit... Like, that is more optimized. Alright, so we should be able to add... Or not. Not supported for component. Ah. Wait, what? Maybe that's a bit too aggressive. Maybe we just empty implemented. It's a bit of a deserialize. So I mean, for that I think we wanted, but the other stuff like the create, let's actually do that. Airs, it has to be let's actually revert. It's either that, or it's basically that, right? And then we can do here. Wait, I didn't do all of it, right? Wait, where did we crash? Oh, of course we don't see that because I don't do that. And it does it per type, so technically it should be faster. Yeah, that's fair. No, I'm like maybe I'm looking at it. I'm not sure if yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything against it, so yeah, it's just a lot of stuff to add. Okay. That kind of worked until it didn't. Why did I not press revert and then suddenly it just didn't do everything? So that's in component meta. Because it clearly didn't revert everything. Editor, no. Entity. Here, that one. Okay, whatever. So in create, we had like this and this, right? So now it should be gone. Perfect. No, it's only that we have like weird thing here, but that's fine. So basically what I want to do is if it's empty, we do that, as if we do that. You know what's kind of weird is why I need to write const expr here. I had that in the past. If you don't write const expr here, it somehow loses the const expr for some reason. At least I think to remember that, which is kind of weird. But maybe I'm misremembering it. Alright, so does that work? Okay, wait, that one was the wrong one. Okay, yeah, it works. Cool. Let's do one concept here. Concept is flag component is requires T object. Can I do std is empty? Can I just do that? Does that work? Getting there. Doing a lot of other stuff than what I wanted to do, but it's we are going along the journey to where I want to be with the stuff. Alright, so that works. Perfect. That makes me think it would be maybe cool to have like components that block each other. But whatever. I think I as well might... Do I want to do that? Maybe. But it's a little bit much to do that right now, to change that. But I think I want to split those. Or like maybe I want to have like a struct to like a position component, which is just that. And then we have a struct scale. Something along those lines. But let's not do that for now. Because in theory, the sphere, it doesn't make sense that it has a rotation, right? Or whatever. It's a minor thing. So the idea would be that, let me start it again. I mean, maybe I changed that and we just have one that doesn't have transform. I don't know, let's see. But basically what I wanted to do is have the sphere component here, then it has a radius. And then you can move it with a transform. Be right back, I need to take a quick bathroom break. I will think about that as well. In the meantime, maybe we do it actually a little. Yeah, let's see. Alright, I am back. Yeah, let's not do that for now, but I will consider it in the future. But that's good enough. Let's actually go to our locker thing. It's probably somewhere in here. Components. Beautiful. Components. Sphere. Component. Let's actually do that. Cube component. I think there was another one that's missing, right? There's one other component that's missing. Oh yeah, the terrain settings. I think it's just that. Cool. That works. I'm wondering, actually, let's do that now that I'm already in that part. Although that's a little bit of a side track, but let's see, because we have here, right? Oh, we do it like that. Okay, let's do that actually. Camera. Not sure. Alright, let's do that. Now we just need to copy some code. Node editor. Is it here that we do that? Okay, not quite actually. Probably I need to... Well, it will be ugly now, but I think we will leave it for now, like that. I need to generalize that code. I will do that off stream, but basically we need to do the same thing that we do in the node editor. Okay. What? Is it maybe that... Do I need to do that? Oh fuck, that's wrong. If a stocked is force, then we need to do that. What the? Okay, now it works. Okay, maybe not. How come that is a thing though? That's bizarre. Oh well, but yeah, we filter out here the nodes like that, right? And I want to do the same for the panel for the. That's so weird though. Why? Not quite sure why that would happen. Well. I don't know. Let's not deal with that for now. Okay. So we have those components. Those should be the things we are interested in. So we could have a sphere. We set that to 1 by default probably. Oh, and then it's here. All good. Okay. Oh, we cannot remove a component currently. That's cool. All right. Couple of things. First of all, sphere component. Radius, set it by default to 1. I think I want to I think that's fine. Having the cube and the plane be as it is. The thing is, does that... First of all, that comment is wrong. It's more like that. But when I add a sphere here, let's save that as a new one, just so that we don't. New test. Data, scenes. Sphere? Oh yes! Oh well, that was kind of obvious that that would work actually. I wanted to see if that one works. Okay, that didn't work. Now the question is why. Is it something in the logic that makes it not save that? Like, is it a bug in the save or is it a bug in the serialize? It's a good question now. Huh. Ah, okay. So basically if let's do a couple of now we should handle it here, right? So if basically like that, and then if is flag or actually we can do, oh yeah, oh that's fine. And then the deserialize. Or that one is already handled, right? Yeah. Perfect. Why would you not? Is it because... Okay. Fine, let's not do it with that. It's probably because it's a virtual function or something. probably something weird. So now if I say cube, save. Beautiful. Alright, so that works. That's a fix. And an improvement. Cool. Let's see, what do we want to do now? We have the components. Oh yeah, I wanted to move. So basically what I wanted to do is volume terrain. No, that's not it. That's like the old one. So this one. I mean, the system wants to have another octave probably, but this time on the CPU. That gets all the entities that have a sphere stuff. Like, but I mean, we can for now just sync them as is. Volume object. Something like that. Should be an octree / spatial structure. And then the only thing we need to figure out is how big do we need to do that? Because basically... Oh, that was fine. Maybe I killed that approach how we do the project in 0.5 to make it nicer. Anyways, things at their time. Shaders. So we have the volume CSG stuff here. So we probably have a struct sphere. Well, we have a float where we can have a, yeah, like 3 position vec or float radius, right? Then we have a plane where we have a normer and a distance. Now we have a cube. Where we have a vector 3 position. And a vector 3. I mean, I can have it as half extents here. And at that point, we kind of need... And then I have another one, which is basically a grid. Volume data grid, which is basically a struct where we have a back 3 position again. And U64 where the data is, I would say, to keep it easy, simpler. So that the data is somewhere else. I think that's fine. Do I need anything else? Probably not. I mean, maybe. But I don't think so. And then the idea would be we have a list of those things. And each of them has a type. Basically, let's do that. Let's add a volume sources.age. Let's see, we most likely will add some const stuff here. Similar to that. Volume source cube. Volume source plane. Volume source grid. And potentially others. And then we have constant volume operation union. Difference intersect and others. And let's do here U and 16T pipe. U and 16T operation. Then we have how can I do that now? Bind, no, not bindless. God damn it, what was it called? Buffer device address. Because here he shows how to cast this to different things, I think. So can I do that? Can I cast from one to another? Or maybe I just have a U in 64 here. Data. And in the case of a sphere, do we fit in that? No. Catastrophe, more or less. I mean, actually, maybe... I mean, do I need that actually? Maybe not, right? I could just have here a U and 32 T. Or like data index. And then we point there into another buffer that actually has all the volume operations in like one. Maybe. Let's do that as 8. I don't know. That's like 2 vec4s, which is more than enough right now. Or do I even need that? Not really, right? I can just do volume. That could be part of the octree, right? Which we do as a list, so that's why we do it a little bit. Word volume sources list. Let's do that. We have a count, and then we have here. Now we have another word volume sources, which doesn't have a count. It's just a U and like that. And then basically that index points in there, and it has like a memory in there, and it reads it out and parses it out. That would be, oh god, the idea. That can work, and it should be fairly efficient. I think we can buffer align that to 4 though, right? I think we can buffer align that to 4 as well. Alright, but I think I will call it a day for today. I am getting hungry. So thank you very much for joining. And we will be back tomorrow with some actual more shader work, because now we got back to it. But yeah, we needed to do that. Because those are the objects I want to spawn when you click, basically. Basically, when you click, we will place a sphere in the scene, and we will actually do that tomorrow, because before we are doing that, we cannot really regenerate, right? So we have to do that. So let's do that tomorrow. When we right click here, we spawn a new sphere on that vert position. So for that we need to read back the hit position from the buffer. So yeah. Alrighty. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, I'm back tomorrow 2:30 as usual, and let's add then this readback and the sphere thing, and then with that, once it's in the scene, we can actually regenerate terrain. Cool. All right, have a nice rest of your evening. Enjoy dinner if you have it as well, and yeah, bye bye. Have a nice rest of your Saturday.